this is Richie. Maybe doesn't mind me using these pictures. This is Richie. I don't want to steal his story, but I'll tell a little bit of background. Richie had always had a challenge with his health, certainly always had a problem, and by his own admission had tried numerous different weight loss or weight management meal replacement solutions, and had never been able to get over the cravings. That was his biggest challenge. And he, well, I'll let him tell the next bit, but this was the thing. And so he said to me, you know, please, I need to get on this trial and give it a go. I've tried everything else. You know, I've got nothing to lose. I'll give it a go. And I'll preface this a little bit, because about 6 weeks in, and I spoke to Richie a couple of times, and it was working really well for him, and I said, send me a picture, I'd love to see it. He sent me a picture, and I then forwarded that to my boss. My boss is called Blake, and I said, wow, this guy's having an amazing experience on the reveal. And my boss emailed me back one line that said, no way that's real. And that was my boss's response. So I said to Richie, yeah, my boss says no way that's real. The next night, I go to check my emails, and there's a photo of Richie looking exactly the same, but this time holding a big sign that said, Blake, it's real. So I forwarded that on to my boss, and my boss went, you got me. And so that was Richie. So he's here tonight. He's agreed to share his experience and take a few minutes, because I think it's important to hear from somebody who's on the product, not just somebody who works for the company. So please, could you give me a round of applause to Richie?
Good evening, everybody. As you can see,
thank you, that's what I couldn't do.
those were actually taken last night, so those are the most recent ones. So I just thought I'd cover it up tonight, you know, in case some of the men get jealous. I see there's some sports people in tonight. Right? I was a sportsman myself, a professional belly builder. And you can see from that exactly that I was a world champion. My introduction to Monavie, just to give you a little bit of background, I've known Greg for quite a while, and Greg and Emma both tried to get my wife and I introduced to Monavie, and I didn't want to go and try and sell a product that looked like wine, and I thought, do I really want to do this? And I dodged Greg for about 6 months. And then in December 2010, 4 days before Christmas, I was hospitalized with what was diagnosed as a heart attack. At the age of 36, I looked like that, and I was in hospital. I woke up at 5 a.m. in the morning, couldn't breathe, had the chest pain, had the pain radiating down into the arm, shortness of breath. Phoned the doctor. Within 10 minutes, the ambulance had arrived at my house. Took me to Crawley Hospital. I was put in the ECG. My ECG was confirmed that there was abnormality. I had something sprayed under my tongue that gave me a headache that no hangover I've ever had has been able to match. I was taken to East Surrey Hospital to the cardiac unit. I was diagnosed as a heart attack patient by the cardiac specialist, and I was kept in hospital for 5 days. I got out of hospital on Christmas Eve, so very fortunate that I got to spend Christmas at home. Now, by the grace of God, it wasn't a heart attack. It was a viral infection that attacked tissue around my heart, causing it to swell and placing a restriction on the function of my heart. So it took me about 6 months to make a full recovery, which I eventually did. So it was great. But while I was lying in hospital, I got a text message from Greg saying, I'm going to see your wife.
Ah, yeah.
The first thought that went through my mind was, you can at least wait till I'm dead before your offer can go. But he said he was going to go and drop off 2 bottles of Monavie, and I thought, yeah, all right. You know, Greg has done me a huge favour. He helped me get something that I needed but couldn't get on my own. So I kind of felt obligated to start drinking the juice as a favour to Greg. And I mean, it cost him money, and he dropped this off at my house. So within 3 days of drinking the juice, I saw an immediate change in my life. I had a lot more energy. I could get up, I could move. I wasn't quite as sore, stiff. My muscles weren't aching. And then Greg got me back for dodging him, because for 3 months I bought juice at retail price before he told me you can actually buy it at cost price. So he got his own back. But that's how my my relationship with Monavie started. It took me a year before I was mentally ready to change my life. So while I was drinking the juice and getting something healthy, and my lifestyle was still the same. I was addicted to popcorn. I could eat a bowl like this every night. Kim sitting over there can attest, because Kim has been in my house a few times while I was sitting there munching on this big bowl of popcorn. I never ate breakfast because the thought of food early in the morning just nauseated me, so I got to lunchtime and I was eating for 2. And I'd get home at night and I'd be starved, and I'd sit down with the kids and my wife and I'd have my dinner, finish my meal, eat whatever the kids left behind, and then afterwards go back to the kitchen and grab a sandwich thinking, yeah, so I'll train tomorrow. And then I got to a point where I had a couple of experiences that shocked and embarrassed me beyond any words can explain. I was at Tesco trying to find a winter coat. And I found a coat and I put it on and I pulled the zip up, pulling in my stomach. And as I let my stomach go, so did the zip. Just did that. And there were 2 young kids standing next to me and they started laughing, and I just put my basket down and I walked out. Never in my life have I ever felt so embarrassed. And then when it was announced that RVL would be doing a trial, or Monavie would be doing an RVL trial, I filled in my application and I said to Steve, please give me the opportunity. I need to change my life. So on the 2nd of January, coming back from a 3-week holiday in South Africa, this box arrived for the RVL. And it was a 3/4 A4 page with some tips on what to do. It said, replace 2 meals, have 3 snacks, and do 20 minutes of light to moderate exercise a day. And I thought, cool. What do I have as snacks? What do I have as main meal? My program is slightly different from the one that Steve mentioned. I'm a project manager and I work quite far away from Crawley, so I'm up before 5 in the morning and I leave home before 6 a.m. So it's convenient for me to have a shake at 6 a.m. just before I leave. I have a snack at 9 o'clock. The company I work for has a fantastic canteen that has organic food and fresh food, so it's really easy to eat healthy. So for 2 reasons, I have lunch at work. A, it's healthy, and B, I don't have to cook or do the washing up when I get home. So there's convenience. I have a snack in the afternoon, and when I get home, if I'm training at night, I'll have another snack, or if I'm not training, I'll have a shake and then have a snack just before I go to bed. And I started doing about 20 minutes of training a day, 4 or 5 days a week, and in my first week on RVL, I dropped a stone. And I was amazed, and I thought, great, that's all just water weight. I won't lose anything next week. And for the following 12 weeks, well, I'm now in week 13, but the following 12 weeks, every week I've had consecutive weight loss of in excess of 4 pounds every week, just by following the program. And I eat more now than I did before, but I eat healthy food. I don't eat junk. I don't have cravings. I can sit down on the sofa at night and I can see my son eating a packet of crisps while watching cartoons, and I don't have a craving to eat that. I can walk past what we call Temptation Island. Because we're project managers, we'll travel a lot throughout Europe, and everybody always brings chocolate and sweets and goodies back. So we have basically we have about a 30-meter corridor of covers that just have chocolate on and different cakes and sweets. So I can walk past Temptation Island, and I don't have a desire to eat those. And I can see one of my former colleagues here is smiling because she knows how much cake I used to buy and put on those tables.
For the record, where do you work and how do we get there?
I work in Woking. What makes it even more is I work for one of the largest breweries in the world.
Ruby.
I work for SAB Miller, and as one of the perks of working for a brewery, they give you free beer. But I've not had a beer since 2011. And apart from having half a glass of sparkling wine when I went to football with Steve, that's the only alcohol I've had this year. And whereas I used to sit and crave something to drink, like an ice cold beer would be great, now it's completely different. Life is just fantastic. I have a much better relationship with my children because I can spend more time with them. We go to the park in the evening and we play till my children get tired, as opposed to till I get tired. Which it used to be 5 minutes of playing football, I'd sit down and say, you guys play, Daddy's tired. It's also given me a new lease on life because I can now look at myself again and I can see myself and have self-respect. When I looked like that, I had no self-respect. I didn't love myself and I couldn't expect anybody else to love me because I didn't love myself. So to Steve and to Monavie and to RVL, I say a big thank you because this has given me my life back. And Louise says thank you because the change in me has made a change in yeah, pack it away.
So I don't have to go around anymore now?
No. The change in me has inspired Louise, and she's a lot taller than I am, so she makes me look like a midget. And Whereas she always thought she was overweight, I always thought she looked beautiful, but she wanted to go on the program and she's lost 2.5 stone being on RVL. So it's had a massive impact for her, and she's got her self-confidence back, and where she used to be afraid to go out of the house and go and talk to people. I tell you what, Louise does more marketing for our business than I do. And I'm the one that looks like this. Louise takes the flyers out and she'll go and talk to complete strangers. I'll hold the flyer in my hand and I'll talk to somebody and I'll start shaking before I hand it to them. And I'll be like this. I look like I'm petrified of going and talking to complete strangers. But it's not only had an impact on our life and our family as a whole, but it's had an impact on our business. After Paris, coming back from Paris and having product to share with people, we've put 17 new distributors in our business in the space of a week and a bit. And we have a lot more to come in the next 2 weeks. So it's done absolute wonders. And I urge anybody sitting here who's thinking, what can this do for me? Whether you look like this, you look like that, or you look however you look, I guarantee you everybody has something about their body that they don't like. And this can help you. This will give you back what you need. And I come from South Africa, meat producing country. My idea of a 3-course meal would be, or meat and 2 veg, would be a steak and 2 pieces of chicken. Chicken's a vegetable, right? With the RVL, I get everything I need. Actually, I get more than I need. And I really think that this is a product that can work. So, there you go.
Being on the corporate side and being behind the scenes and things, most of my days are spent in spreadsheets and things like that, you know, you can imagine from a corporate point of view. But probably, not probably, one of my proudest moments working for Monavie was talking to Richie, and he said to me, I said, what's this done for you? What's the best thing it's done for you? And he said, the best thing is I now play with my kids until they get tired, not until I get tired. Yeah. And I was really, really proud then to think, so I want to say, well done, good job, keep it up.